Hello viewers, welcome to CodeForAny. Fruit markets apps inside. Today need to call this here the API address list API as well as need to add address API. Need to do API need to call here today. We need to start it here. First of all, need to copy any previously call API. We need to use here. Now we need to go inside here the home screens and to find out say any one API we need to use here. Now we need to get this here the category list like API need to copy here for this API, and now we need to go inside here the address list and we need to paste this here the API calls. Now we need to import here the globes package. That's why I need to service calls like into importing here, and now need to replace this here the address and set here remove here set state. If you get any errors then to calling here, and due to declaring this here the API for the address need to copy and here the to this API need to paste here, need to write down here static address list and here add address like here, and you need to apply here this API. Then after the update, not update, maybe need to list and here add like so need to putting here. Now we need to go inside here the address list API screen. We need to go here and to change this here the address list API, and we need to call here the list calling list. Need to init with here and we need to clean this here the array like here, and we need to init state. We need to set this here the API listing like here. Click on backs against calls and to getting this here and not found any data for this API. That's why I need to not showing any data in here. We need to write here the one conditions array list. We need to address array length equal to maybe set here the is empty, and we need to call this here the center, and we need to set this here the text property paste here and no address list. Need to set here the white color, to need to set here the secondary text and set here the bold and increase this here the font size 25 and show like this here the no address list like this. We need to showing here, so if you change this message we need to change here. Now we need to work on here the add address API. We need to call here. Now first of all we need to copy this API here, and we need to go inside here the add address screen like here, and we need to set here the import this here the globe file first of all, then after service call, and we need to remove this here so all things, and we need to get this here the successfully, then to show this here the message, and we need to pop the screen to write down here context dot pop extension methods need to call. So if you not see here the second video, please first of all to see here the second video, and the setting here, and change this here the address add like here passed, and to pass this here the parameters as a map string dynamic, and I'm going to write down here the parameter, and we need to these parameters also need to pass here this value for these functions and to write down here the add API. Now another need to write down here the buttons to action, and we need to call this here the void. Need to write down here the action add like here. Now we need to set here the some conditions for the validations. Txt names dot text is empty. Then to call this here the one error message and return these functions and stop this use. Now then after every parameters need to check. Need to first of all the print here. It's good. Remove here and we need to set here the message. Please enter here the please enter name like here's again copy, then after the address txt address, please enter address, then after txt city, please select enter city name, and last one is locations. Need to check here the value of this selected pin equal to null. Please select latitudes and longitudes. It please select locations of on map. Like so need to putting here now we need to call this here the API calls add and to pass this here the every parameters semicolons comma and to paste this here the everythings. And to needed parameters need to put here first ones need to give this here the name parameters to pass this here the txt name dot text like here. Then after need to set here the address to write down here the address is equal to need to give this here the txt address dot text like here. Then after need to set here the city to write down here txt city dot text. Then after latitudes, longitudes, latitudes, longitudes. Need to write down here the txt latitudes and longitudes. Txt longitude text. And one more things, zip codes. We need to add here this zip code. And we need to after the city paste this here, set here the zip code and set here txt zip code. Need to set here txt dot zip code dot text as well as need to selecting times to set here the txt dot zip code dot text is equal to call this here the object dot postal code. If not found, then to set here the blank. Like so need to putting here for everything. And after this add button click once, we need to call this here the action on add like here. And you need to set one more conditions for the zip code txt zip code enter zip code. Like you need to passing here, save here, and go here. Need to enter here the home. Set here the address. Need to selecting here the pin of the map. Zoom in and scroll down and to our city. Select here. Surat. And you need to pick these here like this. Set here the now sorry set gets here the zip codes and getting here the address. If you change here, give this here the home numbers. Need to set here 50. Like here this is the temporary address. Need to put shares and need to click on add, and address add successfully. Need to get this here the message. Okay, and to get backs, and you need to refresh this here the screens. Then after need to get this here the list. Need to go again here the address row, and address inside we need to set here the maximums like here's, and we need to set here the another things. Also need to write down here the row, and we need to show here the zip code like here's, and we need to check here the zip codes show here's, and we need to set here the primary text, set here the font weight 700, and we need to set here the size to set here the space is good. Primary text. Maybe you need to set here the regular fonts. It's good. And show like this here the address on need to showing here. Need to change here the this line font is good. Like this showing here for this listing here. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care. And tomorrow need to set this here the update address as related to delete address, and we need to cards inside the managing this here the address pick. We need to making here for the this portions we need to work here like here.